Hello and welcome or welcome back to another edition of McKay Yoga. It's the new year and I'm sure we're all wanting to do a little bit more activities. So I thought that I'd do a short video just with abs. So maybe you were practicing during the holiday season, maybe you weren't. I'll show you some introductory abs to more complex abs. And we'll do like sets of 6. So you could build upon it. It's a short video. Abs from intro to more complex. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to be wearing shoes. You don't have to wear shoes. We'll be on our hands and knees. And sometimes when you wear shoes, meaning sneakers, it can add a little bit more weight. No equipment is really necessary, but if you want to have a block, you could use a block as well. And we're going to start in an all fours position. I have my mat doubled up today, so it'll be a little bit more cushiony for my knees and for my hands, right? And then I just want to adjust this just a little bit because it seems just a bit out of frame for whatever reason. Okay, so from your all fours position, I like to call this one extended cat-cow. I don't know if there's a real name for it, but that's what I've called it for. So you're going to reach your right arm forward. Your right thumb's going to point up to the ceiling. The other fingertips are going to reach forward like you're shaking someone's hand. And then you're going to reach your left leg backwards. So you want to draw the abdominals in. Lengthen your lower back towards your lifted heel and lift from the inner lining of that left leg so that left leg stays straight. Your bottom foot, the right foot, it can be pressing down or the toes can be curled under, but probably pressing the tops of the foot down is going to be better. Take an inhale here. Then exhale, release the hand and knee down. So really slowly extend your left arm forward. Your left upper arm should be in line with your ear or your facial cheek. Draw the belly in so your lower back is lengthening towards your tailbone or towards the backs of your knees. And then extend the right leg backwards. And you could flex or point that foot. Lift from the inner lining of the right leg. And just notice if you took your head down or up, can you keep your head and neck in line with your spine? Stay here, inhale. Exhale, lower. So same thing, just a little bit quicker. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale to lower. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale to lower. We'll do 4 more each side. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, lower. We got 2 more each side. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale to lower. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Left arm, right leg. Exhale, lower. 1 more each side. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, lower. And then inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, lower. Pause, child's pose. And maybe turn your wrist to face up because that can be weight bearing. So that extending of the limbs opposite really is good, not only for your brain, but for your core. So even from this all fours position, if you were to extend the opposite legs and opposite arms in opposition, you could also lift and lower, right? You could also, again, in opposition, draw elbow and knee in and away, elbow and knee in and away. So these are all really good introductory abs, right? And then from there, we can build on. So now we're going to move into down dog and see if we can do some abs from down dog. Last week's video, we did down dog to plank, and that actually is some abdominals as well. So to get, like we did last week, to get your downward dog the correct shape, or the correct size, I should say, you're going to come into an active child's pose. The hands are separated the width of your shoulders. Forearms and elbows are lifted up. You shift the weight forward, you curl your toes under, and you shift the weight back. So you're in that down dog. So then take an inhale, come forward to plank. Plank is really good for abs. Your shoulders are right above the creases of your wrists. You're trying to keep your shoulders, your hips, and your ankles in relative one line, right? Pull the belly in, move the floor away from you, and think of lengthening your lower back towards your heels. So there's a slight tuck of the pelvis, slight, really subtle. And then you could start with your plank and start holding it for like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds to, ad nauseum. And if it's too much to be in a full plank, you could always have your knees down. Either way, you're getting abdominal work. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, lift the hips up and back, down dog. Take a few breaths here. And then another thing you could do in plank, you can lift and lower the legs. Lift and lower the legs. So imagine that you're balancing something at the small of your back, and your core is stabilizing you so that whatever you're balancing on your back, it doesn't fall off. Do a couple more each side. So I'm inhale, lifting, exhale, lower, inhale to lift, exhale to lower, inhale to lift, exhale to lower, inhale to lift, exhale, lower, pause, lift the hips up and back, down dog, and then lower the knees, pause. Turn your palms to face up to give your wrists a little bit of a break. So you can lift and lower the legs. You can lift and lower the arms, right? These are all great ways of training your core and keeping you still engaged. Sometimes we just get bored hanging out and our mind starts to wander. So we give our mind something to think about. Oh, I'm going to lift and lower a leg. I'm going to lift and lower an arm. Let me show you what it looks like when you lift your hand up. So for this one, you would come back to your downward dog. Take your feet wider than hip socket distance apart. Come into your plank. You can bring your hands closer together, and then you can lift the right hand up to tap, lower it. Left arm can lift to tap. So that's also another way to work the core. So we lift and lower the legs. Now we lift and lower the hands. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Hold. Bring the feet about hip socket distance. Lift the hips up and back. You're back to down dog. Now walk your hands back to meet your feet. Take a little break from the wrists. And then we'll do a variation of a mountain climber. So what we'll do is we'll be in a plank position and we'll draw the knees in towards the arms. And you can certainly do this from down dog. So let's say holding plank is a bit much. You could do it from down dog. Here's what it looks like from down dog. So it'd be an inhale to lift, exhale, draw the knee in, inhale, lift it back up, exhale, replace. Inhale to lift, exhale, draw in, inhale up, exhale, replace. Here's what it looks like from plank. Inhale, draw the right knee in, exhale, replace the foot. Inhale, left leg comes in, exhale, replace the foot. Inhale, right, exhale, replace, inhale, left, exhale, replace, pause, lift your hips up and back, down dog. What if you wanted to incorporate a twist? Well, that would get the obliques involved. So let's do a few, drawing the knee to opposite arm to get the obliques involved. Could you do that from down dog? Of course. So the down dog movement is going to be shorter, right? So here's what it looks like from down dog. You draw the opposite knee in, you shift a little bit, you come back to down dog. Opposite knee to arm, you shift back to down dog. Here's what it looks like in plank. Inhale, draw the right knee to left arm. Exhale, replace. Inhale, left knee, right arm. Exhale, replace. It's very small. Inhale, right to left. Exhale, replace. Inhale, left to right. Exhale, replace. Let's do one more inside, each side, excuse me. Inhale, right to left. Exhale, replace. Inhale, left to right. Exhale, replace, hold. Lift the hips up and back, down dog. Bring the knees down, rest, child's pose. Turn your wrists to face up. Give your wrists a break. So there's our abs. I'm going to say weight bearing because we were coming from up to down. Now we're going to flip it over and do some abs laying on our backs, right? I'll show you from like more simple to more complex. The core is so important to keep engaged. It's going to help us with our posture. It's going to help us to strengthen our lower back and hopefully help us to avoid having issues with our back, the more the core is strong, meaning the transverse abdominis and obliques, and other muscles that run along the spine, the better, the healthier your spine will be. Okay, so laying on your back, start with your knees bent. The feet are about hip socket distance apart, and the arms rest by the sides of your body. So very simply, it's a lifting and lowering of the legs. Let me show you with one leg down, one leg up. If you're tight in your hamstrings, it's going to be hard to get the legs straight. But we did do a lot of downward dogs, so hopefully doing a lot of the downward dogs kind of opened up the backs of the legs, the hamstrings. But again, you might have to keep the leg bent. So now the left leg's going to be straight, the right leg's going to go up to the ceiling. So the legs look like an L, and notice my leg is not perfectly straight. There's a little bit of tightness here. So we're going to lift and lower the leg 3 times. So inhale, lower the right leg down. Exhale, lift it back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. One more on this side. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, pause. Hug the knee into the chest. Place both feet onto the mat and pause. Draw the left knee in. Straighten your right leg along the mat. Now extend the left leg up to the ceiling. This leg is a little bit straighter, right? And then it's just 3. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. One more time. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, pause. Hug the knee in. Bring both knees in. So now I'll show it to you from legs up, right? This can be done with your head up or head down. So for this one, I'm going to keep the head down. And then as we progress, I'll lift the head up. Right? So keeping both legs lifted to the ceiling. Again, your knees might be bent. Your legs might not be all the way straight. We're going to do 3 on each side. Inhale, lower the right leg. Exhale, lift it up. Now, as I'm doing that, I'm contracting my belly muscles, so my bellies are going in, navel going in, not pooching out. Inhale, lower, like I'm putting on a tight jacket. Exhale to lift. One more time. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And this is lower abs. You can also think of like I'm putting on a tight pair of jeans or tight pair of pants, and you've got to really contract your belly muscles to go in. Now it's the left side. Inhale, lower. Exhale to lift. Your arms can rest by your sides of your body. 2 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale to lift. And then one more time. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, pause. Now reach your arms up to the ceiling. Take an inhale. Now exhale, tuck your chin, reach your arms forward. This one is going to be more advanced, if you will. You're going to lower the left leg down. The right leg's going to stay up. The left leg is hovering. It stays above. We're only going to do 3 each side. So inhale, lower right to meet left. Exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. One more time. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, pause. Bring the left leg up to meet the right. It's too much on the neck. Place your hands behind your head. Very lightly. You're not pulling on your head. The left leg is going to stay up. The right leg lowers down to a hover. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. One more time. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, pause. Bring both legs up to the ceiling. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Take an inhale. Then exhale, resist the arms down. Resist your head down. Okay, so now, lowering and lifting the legs. We're only going to do 6. The range of motion is going to be different. So these lifting and lowering the legs, they're just variation of Urdhva Pasarita Padasana, which means legs lift, right? Arms by the sides of your body. You could take the arms overhead, right? And as you inhale, lower the legs in and out without letting the front ribs pop. Then exhale, bring it back up. There's only 6 of these, so this is number 2. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. You can also place your tongue at the roof of your mouth so there's no gripping in your throat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. There's 3 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more. The last one, I'm going to change it. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, pause. Now this time, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift the head up. And see if you can come into bow pose, Navasana. heavy abdominals, right? So we went from, let's say, beginning, intermediate, and now advanced. Stay here, inhale. Then when you exhale, bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. So you can take elements of this video and do some of it or all of it, or work towards building up to different things, right? Always try to keep the core engaged in everything that you do. Let's do one more abdominal exercise that is a variation of Navasana, boat pose, and we'll come into it from the ground up. Instead of laying down, we'll be in a seated position. And I did say you could use your block. So if you want, you could take your block at the inner thigh, the knee, even at the ankles. Hands are going to come underneath your thighs, and you draw the knees in towards you. So you might need to stay here. Why using the block? The block is to remind you to engage the inner thigh. So everything is working together for the core. You can stay holding onto the legs. So we're just building Navasana. If you want more, legs tabletop, you reach the arms away. More still, you straighten the legs and you really squeeze onto that block. I'll lower my arms so that you can see. Chest is lifting. Gaze can be at the knees or at the toes. You're holding Navasana, boat pose. Draw the belly in. It'll feel like the belly is coming away from your shirt. Keep a good squeeze of the block if you're using the block. Move your back ribs towards your front ribs. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, bend the knees. The hands come behind the thighs. The feet place down. You remove the block. Let's take a seated twist, right? So cross your right ankle over your left. Lift your heart, lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Take another inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, unwind. Switch the crossing of your legs. Take an inhale, sit up tall, and then exhale to twist. Draw that navel in, reach the crown of the head up. Stay here, inhale. Then exhale, unwind. Let's bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide, Baddha Konasana. Sometimes what happens when we do abdominal works, specifically the leg lifting and lowering, and the Navasana, the boat pose, the hip flexors want to take over. So you have to really kind of tilt your pelvis to get out of the hip flexors. You want your core, your transverse abdominal muscles to be working. Try to focus on that. Take an inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest. When you exhale, close your knees and cross the shins so you're sitting in an upright position. Lift up and out of the sides of your waist. Take an inhale, and then exhale, let it all go. Reach your arms up, stretch out from the sides of your waist. Sometimes it feels really good to do like a wall-to-wall stretch after you've done a lot of abdominals. And sometimes it feels good to do like some back bends to stretch the front body. Well, if you like videos like that, send me a message in the chat. We can do more abdominals, of course. It's a new year. They always say a new you, but I still like the other you. So we'll continue to work with the abdominals. We'll continue to do work with standing poses, inversions, back bends. It's a brand new year to start doing our yoga all over again and finding different ways to activate our core. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, peace out, yogis, and ciao for now.